Can you beat Terraria without Pearlwood Greaves? Of every single challenge ever conceived, this one was by far the hardest. No person had ever dared to attempt this before. But today, that changes. I, the greatest Terraria player ever, will attempt this challenge. Will I be able to do it? Is it even possible? Let's find out. I started by creating my character, making a new world and entering it. Upon entering, I started chopping down a tree and used it to make a house for my guide. This will prove extremely useful later on in the challenge. Fortunately, both directions from my house seem to be a desert biome, which is where you're meant to get Pearlwood for the Moon Lord. Normally, this would be good, but I needed another way to beat the final boss without Pearlwood. So, I began digging straight down in hopes of finding copper. If you're unaware, copper is a substance with chemical symbol Cu and an atomic number of 29. Notably, you can find it in Terraria and use it to create gear. This is perfect for a challenge, as, believe it or not, copper is not in fact Pearlwood Greaves. I managed to find some copper and made an anvil and furnace. Using these, I made a full set of copper armor. Although it is horrible compared to Pearlwood, it is the best we have at the moment. As the sun set, I used my suspicious looking eye to fight the final boss, the Eye of Cthulhu. Normally, you would use Pearlwood Greaves to tank the attacks and use your Hyper Infinity Pearlwood Laser to kill it. However, we were forced to fight it with our copper short sword. Even though I am the best Terraria player ever, the Eye of Cthulhu overpowered me far too much. I died very quickly. I took a moment to reflect, then fall on my hole and die, then reflect again. How could I possibly beat the Eye of Cthulhu without Pearlwood? It seemed impossible. I was just about to give up, but I thought to myself, 99% of Terrarians quit before they went big. And I'm not part of the 99%. After some off-camera mining, I got some slightly better gear and decided to fight the Eye of Cthulhu again. Immediately, I got some shots off with my copper bow, but his servants managed to damage me. He then attempted to charge me, but with my incredible Terraria knowledge, I barely dodged his attack. I ran to the right and got a couple hits in with my short sword, dealing a good amount of damage. I sprinted past my house and got a few hits in with my bow again, but this caused him to enter his second phase. This was the part I was by far the most scared for. As you'll know, the second phase of Eye of Cthulhu is incredibly difficult, even with Pearlstone Greaves. I almost shit myself when I saw him, but I looked in and stayed focused. He began circling me, as if to toy with me, before making his great attack. Couldn't react in time, and I was sure I was done for. But I had barely survived on 1 HP. The Terraria gods had blessed me with one final chance. Bow in hand, I leapt as high as I could into the sky. Cthulhu gave chase. As we began coming down, I put everything I had into my copper bow, shot until I couldn't feel my fingers anymore. Cthulhu inched closer and closer. I was sure he would get me. Just before he hit me, I hit him with my strongest attack. Cthulhu had been defeated. I had done it. I beat the entirety of Terraria without Pearlwood Greaves. A task that seemed so impossible had finally been completed. I had won. Thank you to all 24 of my subscribers who supported me on this harsh and difficult road. I felt like giving up many times, but thanks to you, I kept going. And to those who aren't subscribed, screw you